Hello, everybody. Thank you for so much for joining me today. I need to do a video here in my makeshift basement studio because I need to buy more minutes on my phone plan. I've been trying to upload a video for a day now, and now I've used up all of my minutes of data. I called and I'm getting more, but apparently not till the 27th. I don't know. I don't think that guy knew what he was talking about. You know how it is calling the cell phone companies. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. But in any case, I'm trying to fix that. In the meantime, as long as it looks like it's going to take overnight for that video to upload, I might as well go ahead and do some videos here. All right. So I want to read on Barack Obama. People have asked me to do a character profile on him and sort of where is he going? What's going on with him? Which would be just a lot of fun. So, well, I can't assume it would be, I guess, can I? I'm going to ask Spirit, though, to please use me as a conduit and help me to understand Barack Obama, who he is, his past, present, future, maybe at the end will do, and, what's going on for him right now. All right. So I will simply show you what his present signifier is. We have the 10 of Pentacles. So right now he is feeling pretty secure. He's spending time with his kids. He's spending time with his family. We did see him visit his grandmother, didn't we? In, I believe, Kenya. It's a Kenya. That was beautiful to see him dance with her. That was over a month ago, though. So, but anyway, he's spending time with his family. He's spending time with the security, and he is enjoying that he's got a pretty good spot financially right now for himself. So, in his outward quality, we have the temperance, always the temperance angel with that guy. Yep, he's always balanced. He's always deliberate. He is planful. He's temperate. He did go ahead and break silence on Trump's shenanigans a couple of weeks ago. He usually doesn't do that, but he was really pretty fed up. So he did say some things, but then we haven't heard anything since. I don't think he wants to be, in the business of criticizing the sitting president. However, I do not know how that man has kept his mouth shut this long. My gosh. His inward characteristic is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so he's got a plan. He's got a plan already partly to maturation. That means that he's got a plan for this time in his life. Okay, that's interesting. And we did see him comment a little bit, didn't we? I wonder if he is getting back involved in politics, but in a roundabout sort of way, in a way that is supportive of the other Democrats. Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to support some Democrats in the midterm elections. And he's already begun to do that. So that's why he gets the Knight. Okay, so his goal, we have the Hermit. He really does want to spend some time alone. He wants to spend some time reflecting. He really had about enough of that. Being a very public figure. The burden of that was great for him, I'm thinking that means. The burden was great. And he really is still not wanting to be going into the spotlight too quickly. I had to take down my little phone clip thing I use. So he's got the Hermit. And that may be some spiritual growth, some spiritual depth, but he really does kind of want to, be out of the limelight. All right, his motivation. Death. The end of something. His motivation is the end of something. So, usually you're not seeing my face, you're looking at the cards. And so sometimes I may close my eyes because I'm kind of wanting to reflect because that feels really very significant to me, that death card for him. Yeah, I think he wants to end. He's felt so responsible. He's just felt so responsible. He's having a really hard time, disengaging from that. Even though he hasn't been president for almost 2 years, he's still having a hard time disengaging from that sense of responsibility. He he wants to do something different with the rest of his life. I mean, maybe political, sure, but nothing that takes on that shoulders that kind of responsibility again. I almost feel like he's promised Michelle too that we're not doing that. We've done that. We sacrificed. We lived a very public life and shouldered a lot of responsibility for 8 years and more. And now it's time to not do that. Their life path is going in another direction. And I think he needs to spend time alone to figure out exactly what that is. Because there is a part of him that is still really drawn to politics. And certainly justice. Yeah, there's something. So right now he hasn't come upon it yet, you guys. I don't think he has finally he hasn't gotten a solid view of where he's going the next 10 years or 20 years. He really would like to have a plan for the rest of his career is what I'm getting from him, but he doesn't have a solid one. Right now he has that right, that Knight of Wands where he's going to help Democrats get elected. Yeah. And he's involved in social justice in other ways along, the fringes. Right. But he still wants some clarity, I think, about what he should be doing. I feel ambivalence in him. I just feel a big, like, torn in two directions. I think Michelle wants their privacy. I think she wants to enjoy their time together and the children. One is in college. I don't know, are they both? But I almost hear her being very family focused and talking about wanting to really enjoy it, these girls, um, as long as they have them, as long as they still can have a lot of interaction with them before they go off and start their own families, maybe. I almost hear her saying this has to be our priority now, and he's agreeing with her. He's saying, "Yeah, yes, I agree. We're not going to have them forever." But and even after they get married and have the grand, see, she really kind of wants that to be that. Meaningful work always, yes, because she always has meaningful work, and she'd love for him to have meaningful work too. So, justice, social justice issues, really, and politics, in a roundabout sort of way, might be part of that. But I feel restlessness in him. It's not. He's just so well qualified to do some things and to make a big difference, and he knows he is. So he is having a harder time letting that go. Okay. He's trying. That's why he wants to spend time with the hermit, spend time alone. Okay, so what's at stake? We have the 7 of Cups. Oh my, he thinks of all the possibilities. He thinks of all of the things he could do. I mean, he knows so much about the US, about world politics. He's learned so much. He has so many connections. He's so well respected. He thinks about all the things he could do to make this world a better place. But then again, some of those cups contain a snake and a dragon and, things like that. So he also knows, he remembers how utterly poisonous and toxic it is to be in the public eye like that. Ugh. Okay, so he's one conflicted guy right now. He really is. He hasn't landed upon what he's going to be doing. But right now, yes, he's in agreement with Michelle. We focus on the girls, the time we have with them. All right, so his need right now. Okay, 8 of Wands. He really needs things to move forward very quickly. There's a bunch of things he wants to do. Yeah, he doesn't ever want to be so overburdened, and he doesn't want to ever have his family pay so much again for his service. Okay, but he really, ooh. He wants to do some things. Okay. The source of that need is justice, justice, justice. You bet it is. You bet it is. Of course. The injustices are about killing him. They are bothering him a lot. I did do a reading on Barack Obama several months ago and found that he has some real emotional depth to him, and he was extremely bothered by Trump's stuff and Trump getting the presidency and all the things Trump was pulling. He was extremely bothered after Trump had begun. Um, so I see it looks a little less intense now for him. But yeah, it's always been there. It's bugging him. Okay. So the effect that Eight of Wands has upon his desire to spend time with the hermit is the high priestess. He's going for his intuition. He really is. So there is a spiritual life here. It might not be a super traditional spiritual life. I mean, I know does he still go to church? I mean, I know he was raised going to church, a Christian church. Was it Baptist? I don't know. He sure could sing Amazing Grace like crazy. But anyway, he does have a spiritual life. I feel like it's not entirely conventional. I feel like it's very open-minded, but he definitely is spending time with his intuition, and he's trying to be led by intuition, and he feels the need to spend more time alone and maybe even meditate. I don't know if the man meditates. But I kind of suspect he probably does. Yes, he does. He does. He does. He wants to get to that place of clarity. And it might not be time yet, because he has made a commitment to Michelle and to himself too, to really be not burden his family with that kind of thing right now. So it may not be time yet, but it's like this he's poised to jump on into some new things. Of course, he's going to do that in a deliberate and planful way with that temperance angel. He is not going to just jump in. Yeah, but it's like that with that Eight of Wands, I almost see like plans, multifaceted plans that just draw him and just get him passionate and fired up, just kind of springing into his mind, almost fully formed. Oh, I could do this. I could change things around. I could, save this country from some really horrible midterm results, election results, if he worries about that. Okay, so anyway, so this is Obama right now. That 10 of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Cups clarifying that 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so that is, oh gosh. Yeah, he is having some very happy and beautiful moments with his family. And this is the internal conflict because part of him absolutely loves being not being the president anymore. you know, Part of him absolutely loves that and is so glad that he can just enjoy his family. It's sort of like part of him has said, "Oh gosh, I've forgotten how good this was." And he appreciates it now more than ever. The temperance angel is clarified by the devil. Yep, he's bedeviled. He hears the news. He gets worried. He gets concerned. He knows he could do a lot to help. He is bedeviled by that. He is chained to his skill in a way, um, and his interest in social justice. Yeah, he's not resting peacefully with this now. Victory clarifies the yeah. Yep. The Knight of Wands. Yep. So that is right, because right now his purpose is to help the Dems gain as many victories as possible at midterms. Okay. All righty. So while still keeping family first and kind of not, I don't know, he's conflicted. Okay. His goal is happiness and contentment in his home, clarifying that hermit. He wants to have time and space in his personal life for family and joyful experiences with family, but also for spirituality, meditation, clarity. He needs clarity. Okay. Yeah. to to have the temperance angel, to be temperate and have the 8 of wands pushing at you. Not great. Yeah. The death card, we have the 4 of cups. Okay, so that's his motivation. Um, right. It's bad news. He wants to see the end. I think he wants to see the end of Trump's presidency personally right now. I think he has regrets. He feels like maybe he could have done more to make sure it never happened. He doesn't like the news. He does hear. He tries not to hear it all, but he hears plenty. He doesn't like what he's hearing with that 4 of cups. He does want the end of that. That death card has 2 meanings in this reading, I think. I think it means yeah, he does want to feel settled. Like, okay, I'm really okay that I'm not in politics, or else I've now thought of a way to get back um, in a way that pleases my family. He wants the end of that too. That the end of that devil card, the end of that devilment. But also, I think he wants to see Trump's presidency be done with. I really do. Okay, and we have 5 of wands clarifying the 7 of cups in the what's at stake position. Lots of internal conflict, lots of it. Because, like I said, he builds castles in the air. His mind can. It automatically does that about the things he could actually do to help. If I had a meeting with this guy, with this world leader, I would tell him A, B, C, and D. It's like it just springs in there to him. And, internal conflict, though. He's not in that position, nor does he want to be. All right. Judgment card for the 8 of wands in his need position. He needs good judgment. He needs clarity. He needs a message from God. That's what he wants. That's what this man wants right now. Okay. All right. What does he do with this skill, this ability, and this fire? The justice card is the source of that need. And we have the hanged man. Yeah. Delay. He hates that it's taking so long for justice to be done. He hates seeing it go on. He's just like we are, those of us who are really worried about this administration. He also is. And the delay is tough, but at the same time, he's trying to gain a new perspective. He's trying to be meditative about it. I bet he does yoga too. I bet he does. That guy's in a yoga pose. He is doing a lot of internal exploration, but I feel like um, the man's not going to be happy completely until he finds a way to act upon that fire in a bigger way than he is right now. The high priestess, clarified by the Queen of Swords. All right. So that's the effect his need for clarity and wanting to move forward in a bunch of ways has upon his desire to also have good times at home and grow spiritually, get more spiritually centered in what he should be doing. He consults his intuition. That Queen of Swords. In this case, a lot of times that's been people giving information to investigators. But in this case, I think that's Michelle Obama. I think he consults with her too. He talks with her. He wants her input. Because okay, so he does get spiritual guidance. He does. He has intuition. Um, but for him the flavor is a little more from on high. He's got intuition, but for him the flavor is more like he loves the mental clarity. He loves the insights that come to him. He likes the judgment card kind of breakthroughs. He likes those epiphanies. He respects her intuition. He respects her just ability to understand the larger situation. And they really are partners, I think. And so he is also seeking information from her. And he says, give me your opinion. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You don't have to. The Queen of Swords does not sugarcoat anything. Just give it to me straight. Okay. So that's where Obama is right now. Let me look at past, present, future. Right now, he's in a bit of it's unsettled for him right now. But let's look at past, present, and future. Okay, this is the deck that I used. Remember, in the present, we have the 10 of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Cups. So in the past, we have Ah, the Ten of Swords. Yep, that's what I saw when I did the reading last on him. That was just devastating to him that Trump won. It bothered him to no end. It was like, oh my gosh. He was professional, he was respectful, but whew, not a good time. Okay, and in the future, we have that Eight of Swords, and we get that for a lot of these political readings for the Dems in the future, or whoever takes over. It's sort of like the meaning I've taken from that. It's nothing too terrible. It's just um, there's a lot of work to be done, and there's a lot of mess to be cleared away. There is a lot of, well, what a lot of work. I mean, really, right now we have tax laws that favor the very wealthy, and even more so since the tax cut bill. We've got the ACA has been really hollowed away in a large part. So we're kind of back to square one with that in some ways, or soon to be. Um, it's just there's a lot of work and a lot of damage to be undone before headway can even be made. That's what that Eight of Swords is, and he sees that in the future there. Um, they'd love to hit the ground running, but they're going to have to do some cleanup. That Ten of Swords in the past, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, he was just working, working, working. He feels like he was a bit of an apprentice with that. Okay, he feels like he'd never been an outgoing president before. You know, he feels like he was a bit of an apprentice in how do I support Hillary Clinton without putting the weight of the office behind that endorsement. How do I he was a bit of an apprentice with that. And I think looking back, he thinks I should have been stronger. I should have been more forthright. I should have put an end to certain things with the Russia, the whole, he should have just been more aggressive. But he was an apprentice, just like we saw with the early days of his presidency when he probably let those Wall Street bankers get away with too much. You know, so that temperance angel is sometimes it's great, it's wonderful, it's terrific, it's what you want in a president, but once in a while, then that means a little too cautious. So in the future, with that Eight of Swords, we have the Eight of Swords again. He feels it. And I'm asking Spirit a little bit about that. Yeah, he doesn't resolve this internal conflict soon. That's saying to me that that feeling of being bedeviled is going to grow. Yeah, that feeling of sort of being trapped in a situation, it's going to become, ooh, yeah, I think Spirit is going to let it get real strong because he's got to be rocketed into the next phase. He wants to take a break from president. He doesn't ever want his family to sacrifice as much as they had. Okay. But there will come a time, I think, when the kids are really established in their own lives that he jumps right back in, both feet, because I just don't see this getting easier for him. I see it getting harder for him. He is really enjoying his family. He loves them. He's enjoying his marriage. He loves that. He does enjoy the work he does do for justice right now, but it's not enough. So that's what I see for Barack Obama. He'll be coming back. He'll be coming back in the public eye, just with that temperance angel, though. It's just not anytime soon, and that hangman. But just know that it's building in him. I wonder if he can't leave it alone entirely. So he'll probably spend these years even learning more about it, sharpening his wisdom. And so he can come on in and really do some good without paying quite such a price, hopefully. I feel like he's going to get to the point where he says, I don't care. I'm jumping back in. So that's Barack Obama. Thank you so much for following him with me. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.